Fuck that house mob. I'm back. To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it.
Yes, sir. We back.
Yes, sir.
Good, yo. Good. Everybody in the building. I'm with Stain Chugs. Julian, man like Rage in the building. Good win. You know what I'm saying? First off, let's get it right. Good win. Good Hawks, you know. We actually beat a great team in the Hawks. The Hawks is number 2 offense.
Barely.
Shout out everybody in the chat. Let me do some shout outs before we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk Claxton. We're gonna talk a lot of Cam Thomas too. Cam Thomas, we can't forget about Cam. Can't forget about
Cam
Bruce.
Was solid tonight.
Bruce's resurgence. We gotta talk about Bruce's resurgence too. Bruce hurt us last stream. Bruce hurt us. Shout out Drip Bayless, was good, bro. Daquan, hey, was good win. Yes. Midnight, what's up? Midnight Flame, what's up? Flame, William Moeller, what's good, bro? Arthur, hey Arthur, what's up? Barry Garrix, yeah. You know the Clax fans is in here. You know what I'm saying? Clax fans. Unholy Mayhem was good. Daquan was good. AK, Julius Blunt was good. Yo. Buggin was good. Oh, everybody's in here. OJ Mayo's in here.
Did I just hear
OJ Mayo?
I thought you said Julian's Blunt. I thought you said Julian's Blunt, not Julius Blunt.
Oh, it says Julius Blunt. My fault. I thought it said Julius Blunt. Yeah, that'd be hilarious if that was.
That would be
Lenny
funny.
Beeson was good, bro. Justice, hey. Claude Smith, what's up? Donovan. Yo, everybody's in here. Shout out. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We should have at least 150. Give us 150 for tonight's win. If we can get to 150 likes for tonight's win. Yes, Leb, Clax Nation. Hold on. Where's Leb at?
Leb is in here?
Leb is in here. Clax Nation.
He's gonna we may have to bring Leb up just so I can
hear his Leb is the only one that can come out tonight because you know what I'm saying. Leb knows what's up. Leb might be the only one that can.
Oh man.
But we'll break down the game. Starting in the first quarter, it was the Hawks 26, Nets 26. And oh my God, KD started off on fire. Durant had 12 for 12 points, including 8 in a 14-2 run, shooting 65%. It was just a shootout in that first. You know, it was just going back and forth. Trey was scoring, KD was scoring. We shot 70%, but we had a lot of turnovers. I think we had 5 turnovers in that first quarter. Again, KD was he was great, offensive and defensive. He was blocking shots. Just locked in on defense.
He was nasty tonight, bro.
Yeah. Second quarter, at halftime, it was the Nets 52, Hawks 55, so we were down. KD had 17 points in the first half. Bruce had 10. So Bruce Brown in this second quarter, oh my God, he was just locked in. He was just doing all the little dirty things like getting rebounds, playing lockdown on Trey. So how many rebounds did he have tonight, man?
Finally, he had here. Let me share my screen and I'll give you. Or once you're done with that,
He looked like how he was last year.
Yeah, he hurt us because we were talking about Bruce last game, and he hurt us, bro. Like this game was like one of those show out games for Bruce because he made a 3-2 in that third quarter.
Bruce had 5 rebounds. He was 6 for 9, 1 for 2 from 3. Here, I'll just share the screen for the stats,
sure.
But yeah, he finally woke up. He heard the trade Bruce Brown. I think he heard me say trade Bruce Brown.
They was talking, and I was talking. I mean, I didn't say crazy stuff about Bruce, but I was saying something like Bruce was not looking good. Like it was looking. He was down bad last game.
I'm not gonna lie. I was one of the people who said get him out of here.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't just you, bro. Because a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people in this nation was talking about Bruce.
Look at here we go coming at you, bro, with Claxton. It's already starting.
Oh, here we go.
First topic.
Here we go. You was talking mad smack about Claxton, bro. You was talking mad smack.
He said, I didn't.
He shot 100% from the field, y'all.
This is what I don't get about y'all. Y'all want Claxton not going to score 20 points, 15 points. He's not. We don't need him to score. LaMarcus is our offensive center.
Get your shit off.
All we need Claxton to do is guard and get rebounds. That's all we need him to do. Y'all acting like we need him to get 30 every night. So it's like y'all expecting these big stats.
You know what I'm realizing with Claxton though is I think Claxton is more of a role player than a starter. To be honest.
And that's fine. I never said he was a starter, though. Y'all saying I never said he's a starter.
Well, I'm not saying you, but there was the start Clax Nation for quite a while. Yeah. So all I'm saying is I think Clax is definitely like as far as like before we get into the Clax thing, I will just say the huge thing that was huge about this game in comparison, like the first 2 quarters, we were trying to figure crap out, right? We were trying to figure MFers act like Clax AD. Yeah, but don't lie though. Some of y'all be trying to talk like he is AD, but whatever. But the great thing about today's game though was you could tell, and this is why, like again, we go hard in on Nash all the time, and Nash is trash, and Nash shouldn't be our coach. But you got to recognize Nash made adjustments tonight. We were turning the ball over in the first half like crazy. And I don't know I'd heard it before I came on. I wish I would have wrote it down and remembered the exact thing.
We had 14 turnovers tonight.
But the second half, though, we had, it was obscene. Like the comparison between first half turnovers and second half turnovers were night and day. And part of that was because Nash recognized what was working, what wasn't. He realized Bembry didn't have it tonight, and he threw Bruce back in there. Yeah. He put Claxton in like he did against the Mavericks. So he is making moves and recognizing that something wasn't working. He saw that Paul Millsap wasn't working. He went away from Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap only got 7 minutes tonight. So he stuck with what was working, and I will give him at least that, because that second half, especially that fourth quarter, thank God the Hawks went cold. That helped us.
I didn't like the rotations. Up the first half, I wasn't feeling the rotations because Paul Millsap wasn't working at that 5. I was like, and James Johnson was just fouling everybody.
And I'm not even gonna lie, like those fouls in the beginning of the game, like the fouls in the first half, like there was some really stupid fouls that came from Paul Millsap and James Johnson. That first half, I swear to God, Paul Millsap and James Johnson were only there to foul people. Oh my God,
bro! It was like, well, before I get on the third quarter, the refs were so trash this game. They called this one call. I don't even if y'all saw this. Trae Young punched the ball, like you know how people punch the ball to push it out to bring it up a half court. He punched the ball, and the refs. I don't know. The refs just made up a new rule and was like, it's a turnover. And did y'all see that when the refs made a turn? We're like, oh, Trae Young, he punched the ball to get up the court.
Tonight thoroughly convinced me that the refs do not like Brooklyn. They were bad last year, but this year they are far worse than they ever have, and especially tonight. And I was like, I was actually hoping KD did get teed up one of those times in the beginning, because it became obvious.
He was so close.
Yeah, but still, I'm glad he was getting angry like that, because like all game, especially in that first half too, they were fouling the crap out of him, no calls, and then you would go down the other end and they would get whatever ticky-tack foul. And same thing, I think AJ tweeted it out earlier. It's like apparently Trae Young can foul bait all he wants and say whatever and do whatever he wants, and he'll get the call, but like still Harden will never get that call.
KD will get obviously fouled, no call. Harden will get even his foul baits that look more convincing than Trae Young's foul bait.
Yeah, Trae Young was foul baiting all night. He was foul baiting. Like
He legitimately bumped into Bruce like this. He backed up into him and shot the ball, and they called a foul twice.
Yeah, the rest was
like he stopped and waited for him to run into
him. I thought that wasn't a call anymore.
Hey, shout out to Michael K. Yes, we shall take this minute to thank TLC for that great revenge game that he had.
And I'm not gonna
fouling KD all night, and they wasn't calling it.
The put back and the mislap was his best play as a net.
And then he tried getting in KD's face during that scruff up with We will thank him today.
Easily his best play as a net was that.
Thank you for starting for the Hawks. I really do appreciate it.
And he played for us for a second, bro, missing that layup and that putback.
I said TLC got to go up on the polls. Nah, chill. He's not going up on the polls.
TLC
got to go to the polls. Oh man. So that third quarter, right? The third quarter, we saw the game go back and forth, and we went down. I think we were down 4. Then that man came in. That man Claxton came in. Steve Nash made the adjustment. Bembry was in foul trouble. Who else was in foul trouble? There was a couple.
I'll tell you the stats. Hold on a second.
AJ, I know I don't see Claxton on this damn thumbnail.
So our personal fouls: KD had 4, Bembry had 4,
KD had 4, Bembry had 4,
Bruce Brown had 4, James Johnson had 3.
So Nash was panicking. You know what I'm saying? Nash was panicking. Claxton entered the game at the 5:22 mark. We were down 77-74. In that first minute, Well, in the last minute of the third quarter, we took our first lead since the first quarter in the third quarter, 77-74. By the end of the third quarter, we were down to 91-89. Katie had 23. But then that fourth quarter, we went on an 8-2 run, hold the Atlanta Hawks to 14 points in the 14 points in the fourth quarter, taking all the momentum from them. So it was just lockdown Trey. You know, Claxton was down Trey mode. You know what I'm saying? So we seen the switching. The switching was working. We switched on Clax. And Claxton
here, KD even right after the game in his interview said that in the first half, like the switching was killing us, and he said in the second half we switched it up and we shut that. He's like basically said we shut that shit down. Yeah. And the thing is, like, as much as I have my words for Claxton's perimeter defense, especially on Trey, is what allowed us to go on that run. So he will definitely get my props there.
Yeah.
So he's our MVP?
No, he's definitely not. Because you could almost make make the case, besides Kevin Durant, Cam Thomas, 4 for 9, 3 for 4 from 3. He hit.
You gotta talk about Cam too. We're gonna talk about Cam.
Cam hit arguably some very clutch threes that at a certain points that we needed. It wasn't like
he had a sneaky good game. He had a sneaky good game, and
he had 6 rebounds. He was playing good defense. He had 1 assist. He had 11 points. I mean,
he's learning. He's being patient now. Like, you know, like he made this one move where, like, I think KD had a screen for him, and then he waited. Stepped back, he waited to see like if they're gonna, and the defense shifted to KD, and then he waited and was patient, got his open three. Like, he's starting to learn the game so well. And shout out to Cam, bro. Big game from Cam, man. Cam is getting better every game. So, and he's first man off the bench now. Him and Bruce, 6th man. So let me read some comments because y'all going crazy. Like, somebody said when Harden starts getting that 3 to fall consistently, it'll be scary hours for the rest of the league. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Harden too, man. Somebody said Cam's fire. I love our defense in the second half. Yeah, defense, like I said, in that fourth quarter, held that Hawks to 14 points in that fourth quarter, man. Killer Cam. Shout out Quay McDowell, Killer Cam. Deed said Cam is comfortable now and continues to be confident. Yeah, he's picking his spots, bro. He's picking his when he goes down the league, he was just shooting, chucking. But now it's like he's learning, like, okay, when to pick his spots, when to hit 3, you know.
And for him to get hot, he'd have to take those crazy shots and take over the game. And now the thing is, he doesn't even have to do that. He can come off a screen or he can just sit in the corner. Like, he was hitting corner threes.
Facts.
I did notice the one thing that I noticed a little bit better this game. Like, this to me was the best as far as off-ball movement I've seen Cam do. Like, he's not just like in the beginning when he first came in. He would stand around a lot. And the one thing I noticed tonight is that he was, because if you notice, like watching the game, you always see KD, like he's like literally in game coaching these young guys. And you see him constantly like looking at Cam and pointing for the direction him to go. And I started to notice a lot more this game that Cam was doing a lot of that on his own and making it like a really conscious decision to move, to get open, to move around instead of just like standing in the corner. So that I'll give him props there as well. Like, he's definitely becoming a lot more aware where he should be on the floor, especially when they're bringing it down.
Shout out Tommy. He said 14 free throws for the Hawks in the first half versus 1 for the Nets. Yeah, the refs were really, really bad this game, y'all. I couldn't believe these refs, bro. The refs were trash.
Like, why are they doing this?
Like Brooklyn.
Like, why are they doing this?
Nets don't like Brooklyn,
bro. It was just, and it was like simple foul calls because it's like Trae Young was foul baiting. Oh nah, they got Clax at the podium and he looked like Future with his hat. But he got like a bucket hat on and glasses on. Y'all will see it later. But yeah, like Trae Young was foul baiting the whole game. They were giving the Hawks all these calls, and then when KD gets bumped off his post move, and when TLC is fouling him, it's like they just swallow their whistles. And I'm like, huh? What's good with these refs, dog? Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. I'm gonna put a poll up. Who's gets the game ball tonight? Because there's a lot of good people. Cam was good. KD was good. Y'all think y'all want to put Harden on that list of good?
No, I'm not impressed with Harden's game tonight. Yeah, you had 11. I'm not.
I don't think Harden did enough. I think he still had really bad turnovers, and he had just settled for too. He just did that step back a little too much.
Yeah,
I would put Claxton, Brown, Cam, and Kevin Durant.
Okay.
I mean, even low key, you could put LaMarcus Aldridge on there too, dude. He was 7 for 10.
He was really good.
He had 3 rebounds.
Was it that third quarter?
He had 3. Dude, LA had 3 blocks. So yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe I don't know. Should we give it to? I mean, because Bruce, can you put 5 people up there?
Let me check. Hold on. No, it's only 4, I think.
Okay, so then it comes down to because we'll put Clax up, even though we'll put Clax just for you.
Nah, you gotta put Clax, bro.
But it comes down between Bruce Brown and LA because they both had a 15-point game. LA had 3 blocks.
They both were big factors in the first half.
Yeah, I don't know, Chad. What do you think, Bruce or Aldridge? Who should go up there with?
Yeah, let's on chat right now.
AJ, you know what you should do, bro. You make a whole poll just deciding who should I put on the actual poll.
Hey, AJ, by the way, my bad. AJ, by the way, my bad. We have a super chat from Easy Money OJ. I can't lie, I've been critical of Claxton lately, but tonight he showed his value. He just needs to cut down on the mistakes and play more aggressive.
I made my Claxton apology for him, man. I'm gonna make an apology for him.
You do it for Claxton does what he does tonight for 10 games. I'll give you an apology for him. But until then,
apology for him? All right.
And then until then, this is just one game.
Nah, it's like I'm just talking like this because y'all was talking mad smack about Claxton. Like I didn't say anything like he's a starter. Claxton is the best center of all. Like I didn't say any of that. All I said was
but to defend myself, I can say this: the only shit I talked about him was about his offensive game.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, we all said he was great defensively, right, Rage? We all said.
I was saying a lot of different. I don't know. I heard a lot of different.
Pull up the video for next stream.
We all collectively said.
Julian, should I play the receipts, Julian? Should I play the receipts?
Pull out the receipts.
Play the receipts. Play the receipts.
If you have receipts from us saying that he was trash at defense, show them, please.
Exactly. Because you won't find that. You won't find it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, you will find us cracking. See, no, he's going to edit specifically. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's going to edit his shit.
I'm going to chop it up.
Yeah, Leb says you a real one.
Yo, Leb, bro, I was trying to. I'm the only one up here trying to defend my man.
No, but to be fair, you have to admit, AJ, his defense is spot on, and we all agreed. But everything else of his game is pretty suspect, and you cannot deny that.
No, even though I was bigging up Clax, like I did point out about Clax. I did literally say, and I'm like the first person to tweet this out, like, yo, Clax had a post game. It would be so much better for him. He's a great rebounder, great defender, but it's like he has no face-up turn game. Like there's points in the game, he could just flash middle. He'll be open. Katie will give it to him, and then he'll just stand there and look for somebody instead of just turn face.
Thank you. And that usually what frustrates, and that is my biggest gripe about the whole thing was because hopefully he gets better at that because it was kind of like when we're critical with Harden and his turnovers tonight, and that's the reason why I don't think Harden had a good game at all. Was because a lot of his turnovers directly turned into like a tray 3 or a dunk or a fast break. And it's like, that was what I was critical most with Clax in the past is you said it spot on. He would get the ball and if nobody was around him, he looks lost and he doesn't know what to do with it. And he would either get blocked or the ball would get knocked out of his hands, which would lead to a turnover. And that is the frustrating part about Claxton because I don't think there's anybody in Nets Nation that would say Claxton is not good defensively or rebounds. But when it comes to the other part of his game, and this is what people were saying in Discord and even on Twitter, and I think it's trash to say, it's like, oh, but we don't want him to score. Like, we don't need – it's like, no, like, don't just pick and choose how to defend. It's like if you're going to give somebody like Claxton the starting job, in my opinion, he needs to have a complete game. Yes, LaMarcus Aldridge is older and he's slow, but you could arguably say that LA is a little bit more complete in the sense that he can still get you some rebounds. He got 3 blocks tonight and he can score. That to me is like more of a complete center.
To me,
however,
honestly,
to me is better as a guy coming in at the fourth quarter and locking in a close game.
To me, I want Claxton coming off and as a Claxton fan, I don't actually like him coming off the bench more than starting because I feel like LaMarcus gives us more of like, and we need an offensive boost. And you know how we always have those slow starts in the first quarter, so we need LaMarcus and like to give us that offense in the first.
And I'll say this, it's perfect because Claxton plays a good role for us because we don't need him to start. What we need LaMarcus to start because we have went through so many times where we started off slow in the first half, and we remember the Sixers game. I mean, we came back from a very large deficit. Who kept us in that game? LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm okay with Claxton coming off the bench. I don't even.
But isn't this what we argued about in the beginning of the season too, when we were debating who should start? And a lot of us, I know, I said I want LA to start and have Claxton finish because of his defense. Like we did have this conversation, and some people were opposite. Like Age and some other people were like, no, Clax should be starting. And this was part of the argument and part of the debate was because we have notorious slow starts, I think it's important to have like veterans, somebody that's there to help get things going. And then, you can shy away in a close game where defense is more important sometimes a little bit than the offense and being able to shut down because it was undeniable. Claxton in the Mavs game on Luka and tonight against Trey disrupted their ability, and it kept them shooting.
But does that
I
change
like
for you
that formula?
Does that change for you when everybody's back though? Like let's say Joe Harris comes back, stuff like that. Like, do you still want LaMarcus in there?
Hell yeah. I think Marcus, in my opinion, LaMarcus has earned that starting spot, and I don't think he should lose it just because Kyrie or say Harris comes back. Like, I don't think he should lose that spot. If Harris comes back, I still like LA in there. If Kyrie comes back, Claxton should be more towards the end. Go for it, Rage.
And the thing is just like, I think we all remember when we were like, Joe Harris shouldn't start. We should be coming off the bench. Games where we cannot hit 3-pointers and we're not shooting them makes you realize Joe Harris should be starting every game.
Well, I mean, Lev brings up a good point, though.
Yeah,
if
I was about
Kyrie
to read.
And everybody was back, would that switch? I don't know. I'd have to see it.
It would
honestly.
switch because our offense would be more with Joe and Kai.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need the offensive punch.
And
we would need
I agree, but I still would want.
You're not going to play Bembry. You're not going to play Bembry when Joe and Kai comes back.
If we have Kyrie out there and Joe Harris, LaMarcus would be better off the bench for our bench score.
I know, but I guess I guess I'm more of like, I feel like he's earned it, and then especially for him to come back the way he did after his heart, it's like it's almost like that. Yo, dude, the dude's earned his spot and respect, especially to me from the Nets, where I'd be willing as a fan to like sit back and watch. Like, okay, if everybody was back and everybody was healthy, like go out there and run it and see what it looks like. I mean, that would be.
If you're joining us right now, the Nets beat the Hawks 113-105. Please hit that like button. Get us to at least 200 likes tonight. It was a big win. Like I said, we beat a good team. This was not no scrub team. This was not no Pistons, no bad team. But this was a good team in the Hawks. So shout out to Nets tonight.
Were they missing anybody of value besides Bogdan?
Hunter.
Hunter. Yeah,
Hunter.
Right? DeAndre Hunter. He's out for the season, right?
Solemn Hill's out for the whole season.
I don't think he's out for the season.
Guys, though.
But
I think Solemn Hill is.
He had he tore his quad. He tore his quad.
And it's crazy because I feel bad for Hunter a lot because I think he was drafted top 4, and like he killed us, and he's been just derailed by injuries.
That Hooter guy, Kevin Herter, whatever the hell is it. Herter. I'm gonna call him Hooter. I'm gonna call him Kevin Hooter. That motherfucker, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, but the 3 that were James Harden didn't like. That dude was cooking James Harden.
I'm not bro. I only watched that second half, but
I was James just like turned and was like, "Nah, I'm not going."
I put the James Harden glitch highlights. Those were so funny, son. Whoever made that James Harden glitch highlights, I gotta go watch that.
Yeah, bro. Kevin was. That was okay. That's the other thing why I will give Nash some credit is because he did make adjustments because that Kevin dude was cooking us that first half. He was 7 for 11 from 3. Oh no, 5 for 7.
And I gotta say this, bro. Even Gallinari had his run.
Yeah.
When he saw Bruce on Gallo, that was barbecue chicken.
He was cooking. He was cooking Bruce in the post. Why was he cooking Bruce like that?
That was.
But did you notice? Did you notice though that somebody said this too? That when Harden had to guard, I think it was either Capella or Clint or Collins down low towards the end, like he actually bodied him up. Like somebody said that James Harden is a better post defender than he is a perimeter defender. It actually worked tonight late.
That's because he heavy. Yeah. Like he's like 225.
But it's crazy how much better his interior defense is than his.
That's post defense tied to weight. Like that's just
but here we shouldn't really debate his post defense. We saw him literally defend Giannis in the clutch on one leg in the playoffs.
Harden's a great post.
Yeah, that's true.
His post defense is somewhat just a tank.
We'll talk about Harden.
He's on the perimeter.
Harden had 20 points, 6 turnovers, 11 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 8 for 17. To me, Harden, like in the first half, I didn't like how he played, but the second half, I was like, I'm okay with it. I wasn't too bad because I guess KD was on fire, and then who else was scoring? LaMarcus had that third quarter, so I wasn't like too crazy about Harden. I didn't. He kind of just was like, okay.
Harden wasn't too bad, but I think Harden's bad today was obviously his turnovers. And I think sometimes like he just settles for that step back 3 too much and I think sometimes he just kind of overdoes it. Like sometimes we'll be early in the shot clock and he'll just chuck up a random 3. Like there's usually better looks when he settles. And the thing is just like if you're 0 for 3 from that step back, I don't know why you keep going for it.
Yeah. He settles, and like I said, he can get to the basket.
Every player does that now.
He can get to the basket and stop and pull up that mid. Like I said, the mid range. If Harden unlocked his mid range, it would be different. He would. And I also got to mention this. Like Harden shows he's capable of still driving to the rim. He just needs to be aggressive to actually do it. Yeah, he just needs to be aggressive.
I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you think James Harden needs to reassess? Because I quite honestly that dribble crossover step back is just not.
It's unpredictable.
For the longest time in his career, that shot was great, but I just don't think he has the speed right now to get that strong enough like separation and like get into the flow of the shot. That I'm like, because he is more of the ball distributor, and obviously he's not going to play off the ball very often. Does he got to come up with a new game plan there when it comes to like being able to get his three back?
What else can like he doesn't really like have any like? I mean that's
like maybe go more towards.
I'm telling you,
if you're bringing the ball down there and just just popping it up.
Floater and mid range. Somebody said Harden should post up more.
I've never seen Harden post. It's a little too late for that, but he can shoot mid range.
But what I gotta say is this: not that the mid range is a good point because say he gets by his defender, right? But the people
he's always open there.
But say this, right? So he gets past his defender. People are crowding the paint. Take the mid range. Take the pull up mid range.
Yeah,
he always has an opening for it, but he just doesn't. It aggravates my soul.
Slime Buddy says you're at the game, but I don't know. You're telling me that his crossover step back 3 is working? I mean, you're saying he literally just picks his spots, but it's like
damn, you're in Atlanta, bro.
It's not working though. Whether he picks his spots or whether it's his like the speed of that it's just not working, and he's his shot's getting uglier.
I know he missed a spot up corner shot, but the only way he's taking a 3-pointer is just off a catch and shoot or the step back. It's the same way. There's no.
He's a volume shooter, bro. It's just how his game is, bro.
What about him going down and just straight popping it up? Like we don't see that as often. No. I'm just saying we don't see that at all. I'm just saying he's got it.
Yeah, he only shoots off the catch.
But I think the thing is with Harden,
that's the whole point of my question.
He can't really do that. He's never really open to do that.
But that was the whole point of my question. What does he have to do something? Because clearly the 3 is getting uglier for him. We have to admit that.
Yeah.
So
it is.
Do you try something different, or do you just
he's not going to
settle for him just keep doing the
That's
same
just
thing.
how
Oh,
his
shout
game
out
I
to
really
KG.
don't think
I
he's
think-
going to. It's like, I think he would have already done it. Like, try
It's
something.
either a layup or a
Harden-
three for Harden.
Harden's
That's all
past
he's
that.
programmed. That's all he's programmed to do.
Mhm.
Layup
Oh,
or
Yeah, well,
Layup
Hey,
or step
So
back.
he used to be,
Yeah, layup
and
or
he used
step
to have the
back.
floater too. He used to
But
have
what
the
about
floater. The floater was deadly.
what about Carmelo Anthony? The dude had to unprogram his mind
Yeah, he
of
did.
thinking he was a starter. I'm not saying this about Harden, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying he was a guy that for the longest time was like, why am I not in the NBA? Dude had to unprogram his mind and be realized, like, listen, I'm not that superstar starter anymore. I need to come in as a role player off the bench and then play his game. And what did he do? He's extended his career by 2-3 seasons already. So I'm just saying, in the sense of like with Harden, is it that time to, because everybody's saying we're never going to see the Harden of the old again, and this is the decline of Harden, or it's this or it's that. It's like, okay, well then the
He's not
honest
gonna do
question
that,
with
but that
Harden
Well
is,
then I'll
He
say
should.
this,
He should do that. But
I'll
he's
make
not
it even
doing
more of a conversation. If he's really digressing that bad, why re-sign him and sign him to a max contract for the most money that any player's ever made in
Well,
history at the
yeah,
NBA?
now we
if
about to
we
get
don't
spicy.
sign him, then we
About to
pretty
get
much just
spicy
throw
right now.
everything away.
That's till the end of the season. We shouldn't like to the end
Yeah.
of season and
No,
playoffs.
but I'm just
I get
saying
what you're
that you
saying.
can't-
But I get what you're
But
saying. Yeah.
but it's different with Melo. Melo got signed on a Melo got signed. He switched his game and got signed on a minimum contract. Harden's not taking a minimum contract.
Oh no. He wants that. He wants that max. Let me read
He
the
wants
poll.
that.
The poll
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah.
So we put who gets the game ball. Kevin Durant is leading with 67%. In second place is Claxton, 16%. Cam Thomas in third place, 13%, and then last is Bruce. Dang, I did Bruce dirty, yo. Bruce at 5%. But yeah, going back to what y'all saying about Harden, it's like I said, I don't want to have that.
He's
convo
not
until
going to, bro. Like, it's not even just him. Like most 3-point shooters, most 3-point shooting team. Did y'all see the interview with Charles Barkley and Katie? And he was talking about how nowadays it's just like a 3-point shooting contest, and teams will just live by the three or die by the three. Won't try nothing else, right? Won't try nothing else. Won't try to take it to the rack. Won't try to shoot mid range. It's just like he's really. I think he's just wired like that, and he won't try.
An interesting thing I saw today on the broadcast, it was like they showed the most 3-pointers in history, right? So they showed Ray Allen. Steph is about to pass Ray Allen. Then I think it was like who was third? I think Harden was fourth.
He's up there.
Yeah, Reggie, I think it was Reggie, and then Harden was fourth. And I'm like, Harden.
Yes.
When I think about Harden, I'm like, oh, maybe because he just takes so many.
Takes so many. Yes.
All those guys on the list was like mad efficient. I'm talking Kyle Korver, Reggie, Steph, Ray Allen, efficient ass 3-point shooters. And I see Harden at fourth. I'm like, what? And I'm thinking like, because he just takes.
Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Harden's a Chuck. Like really in his prime, Harden's a Chuck. Like if you really look at it. Like his play style, like he needs to assess it. He definitely needs to assess it.
That's okay.
But
that
because
was
of getting to the line, it makes his because his career field goal percentage is 44, and I think that because of those 8 years in Houston, because you got to think he's getting fouled so much that it makes his field goal percentage look a little bit better than what he's probably really like on just buckets. He's probably like 43% on his career. Like he really is just like he's a Chuck, bro. He just be.
And that is why I brought up. It's like some people like AJ saying he's hardwired. He's not going to change. Chubbs, I just heard what you said. But okay. But the reality of that situation. Real quick before I go on, shout out to KGT Kim. Appreciate the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat, KJ.
He said the Suns version of Claxton and McGee already has 10 and 10. Ooh.
Oh. His son's version of Claxton.
And shout out to KGT again. And he said, one last rant at Saint. It's Joe Harris's fault.
Shout out to Joey, Dirty Joe. Dirty Joe.
Dirty
Shout out
Joe.
Dirty Joe.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Sorry.
Super
shout out to
thank you, Jelani,
bro.
This
man, you want to
read it?
Okay.
Yeah, read it.
Okay. This man just had heart surgery out here, giving teams 15 points on 70 and playing defense, 3 steals, 3 blocks. This man had the same amount of blocks as the entire Hawks team.
Big shout out.
Facts. That's why I want LA starting. Sorry. That's why, even if everybody's back, I will give that man. I would just part of it because I feel like the man has earned it, and the dude could have just rode off into the sunset, and he didn't want it. He didn't have to come to the Nets, and he wanted to. So part of me is like respecting that fact of like, yo, he came back for us, and he's given us his all. I don't think anybody. Tell me one person in the chat or on this thing that would have thought LA would have been playing the way he is right now. And I don't think anybody expected it to be this good. We knew he had something to add, but what he's brought this year has been amazing.
This man's an ageless wonder. He's 37 doing this.
Yeah.
He's in his late 30s doing this.
To finish the Harden thing, though, before we move on to like the next thing, I that was the whole point of my question is it's like, because some people think, no, he's not going to change. It's this or that. But clearly, somebody said, oh, he's just in a funk. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to find out in the next, this season, I'm hoping we find out in the next, 15, 20 games at most. Mm-hmm. Like it's either he's in a funk or he isn't going to change, because there's a lot of people that are saying this
Chris
is
Broussard,
the Harden.
Chris Broussard on Undisputed, I think it was like Fox Sports. He said like he thinks it's age and attrition for Harden because like either the hamstring. He said either the hamstring injury was one of the worst he's ever had, or worst ever, or his age and attrition. Like he's just getting older. He hasn't had like kept his body in shape. You know how like LeBron keeps his body in shape 24/7. He said like Harden hasn't kept his body in shape, so now it's like all catching up to him, and all the minutes that Harden's been playing is all catching up to him. That's why it's like.
Bro, and nobody talks about how like the past few years he just really just doesn't like get in shape. It's like it's like why? Like
he said, somebody said Harden, no, it's just older.
Yeah,
he just turned 32. He's in his prime. Like he's in his prime, like his physical prime. Like he's not.
He's not old in basketball years, but it's just like
he's not old in basketball years.
His minutes that he's taken, he plays every. If you look at his like schedule, like, he does games played. He plays like every game most of the.
But think about the type of game, the type of player, the type of game style that he's played all the way back to the Thunder days, and then in Houston. It's like he's a running back / like wide receiver. Like the dude plays a very physical, like all over the place. Like, I mean, he was literally doing everything, and that's just his kind of style ball where he's passing, he's rebounding, he's scoring. And it's like to keep that up over as long as he's been in the league, at some point you're going to slow down. I mean, how do I say this? It's the same kind of thing with like, Westbrook is just built a little bit better to withstand, but Westbrook's the same kind of thing where he's all over the place. He's trying to do multiple things, and it's like the guys that stuff the stat sheet that have multiple like rebounds, multiple like assists, and then can score. It's like at some point your body kind of can't keep up with that pace, and I wonder if that is part of it. I had a weird take before saying I just think Harden's going to the club too much, and he's probably drinking too much.
Strippers.
Like all of a sudden,
I'm gonna look online. I know I'm gonna see the Harden in the Magic City.
When you're like,
he has to go to Magic City.
When you're not getting into like when you're coming in and not or skipping training camp and stuff like that for the first part of the last few seasons, that's gonna that's gonna make it harder, especially if your play style is like that. He's a very physically imposing person, or at least he used to be. Like but when you're playing brutal, like that, and you're doing all of that while that's even more reason why you should just come in this shit 100. Then I don't think he will have no problems. I mean, just last year him and LeBron were up here as the most durable players in the league, the most durable out of everybody. So it's like, wow, that's crazy.
I mean, but think about this too. Remember?
Like this? Look at the comments.
But remember when CC Sabathia came out right before like the Yankees were going to the World Series and said he had to go to rehab? Like, I feel like that. I wouldn't lie, dude. Like, if that happened with Harden, I probably wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, this is crazy. These comments. Somebody said his jersey retired. Strip club. Scary hours. Yeah, scary hours. Let me check the poll. So the poll right now, I'm probably gonna end the poll. Oh, Kevin Durant is winning 70%. Kevin Durant for the game ball today. Second. Oh, Cam Thomas making a run for second. Cam Thomas might be making a run for second. Wow. Claxton's still in second, but Cam's in third, and then Bruce went down to 3%.
If I rate it though, I probably would agree. Like Claxton, I mean, like Kevin Durant for sure. Yeah. Cam Thomas, just because his scoring came at the most clutch moments, hitting those threes were huge. And then I would go Claxton because you can't deny Claxton's defense
Lockdown
really,
Trey.
really locked him down.
Portraying that jail.
And then Bruce was just, Bruce finally woke up tonight.
Bruce showed something. Bruce was like, "Yo, y'all was talking about trading me?" Like that's what Bruce said to y'all tonight. He was like, "Y'all talking about trading?"
Man, we still talking about it, Bruce. I'm sorry.
We still talking about it.
Yeah, we still are.
Hey, we had a good game, Bruce.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie
about
to Bruce.
Damn, I was talking about trading Bruce. Damn.
I would feel bad if we traded him. I couldn't be a GM, bro. I don't got the heart for it, bro.
No.
I mean, he's on his contract year, so.
Yo, I forgot to change my profile picture. Look at this.
Yo,
I forgot to change it. Nah, I know it's like 2 streams. I forgot to change it.
Your name
I forgot to change the
hilarious, bro.
I forgot to change
it.
Actually, Joanne, I don't like Claxton too much. I'm a little critical. Everybody's mad at me for being.
Yeah, what
critical.
you said? Yeah, AJ, he disrespected Claxton. Yeah,
were you here last? Were you here last stream?
What you say?
Yeah, she was here.
Hashing Claxton, bad, bro.
Yeah, but
hashing Claxton.
But
well, I mean, to be fair, go for it, Chuck. Go for it.
Nah, little side rant. Shout out to the chat for being drunk because I swear half of y'all can't spell words today. Guillermo McLean said he spelled volume, but he spelled it VALIUM. The next one, Cam Dudley 420 said Dan Tony, but like he or she spelled it as Dan, but Tony was spelled TONIE.
Chubbs is in college right now. Just so you know.
No. I'm gonna defend the chat. The chat is high on the Hawks pack. They're a little high on that Hawks pack, yo. They high on the Hawks pack right now.
But then Age says like the stream, but he spells it SYTREAM. So
Age, I expect more from you.
Everybody's drunk today.
Just to be fair, like right now, Chubbs is in college, so he's that spelling snob right now.
Oh my God, we got our first troll comment.
We
got our first troll. I might have to play the troll music, y'all. I gotta play the troll
music.
I
missed
gotta play the troll music. The troll music, man. I put the troll alert music, bro. When the trolls come in the chat, I gotta put the troll alert. That's the troll alert.
Ivan's probably a Nets fan. He's just saying he misses Humphries, bro. I get it.
On the rebounds, though, come on, son. Come on, son.
I know. I'm just playing.
I hated Chris Humphries, man.
Every
time I see Chris Humphries in the Nets,
them Kardashians, bro. That's what it is. That's probably what's happening. That's probably what's happening with Harden right now. That residual, like the curse probably chilled on him. It's the Lil B curse. Lil B never lifted the curse. Look, I know what it is. He never. That's what happened. He never lifted the curse.
He did curse him. I remember that. He did curse.
He didn't. He cursed KD too, but he lifted it up off KD.
He cursed KD. Yeah,
he lifted it up off KD, but he never lifted it up off James. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the Lil B curse, man.
I found it. We know
what. Universal said Humphries was a good rebounder, bro.
But the Lil B curse is a real thing.
What did he say?
He said he was a good rebounder.
Yo, I'm done with the troll alert, man. I put the troll alert. The troll alert is here, man. Cap alert. Whatever the troll alert shot, that's the troll alert.
Jum's putting the caps on.
That's a cap alert.
Somebody said Blake Griffin. I don't know if we're gonna see him again, man.
I don't know if you can make that work. All right, so AJ, what do you think our next topic?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go into Dayron.
All right, here, let me get them that situated here.
So you guys,
because I've decided. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say, if you guys don't know, Dayron had 27 and 10 last night, looking like a young Hakeem. So he was doing Euros. He was shooting threes.
I have officially made my selection for my favorite current net as Dayron Sharp. It was the Fro, but unfortunately the Fro is not here, and I haven't had a favorite, and Dayron has become that guy, and I cannot wait till this guy becomes our starting center.
Dayron?
Yeah.
Look at that three. Boom.
He was killer. I'm not gonna lie, he was killer. So he was killer. Shout out Dayron.
Look at that move.
Shout out Derek, man. Derek, if you watch it, man, he did it, man. He's killing right now.
Go on.
Yes. Are you talking about his dad?
Yeah.
Your son is my now favorite Net, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just liking more and more what I'm seeing. I'm liking the movement with his feet. Like his movement is getting so much better.
Yeah,
what's Dayron daddy name? What's his name?
Derek.
Wear it.
Wear it. He makes it's crazy because like when I posted it, everybody was like, Claxton should be doing this, Claxton, and I knew it was gonna come, but he
better look out, Claxton.
When Dayron gets the ball in the post and turns his face, that's exactly what we want Claxton to do. Turn his face and go. And Dayron's doing that. See right here, boom, up and under. Boom.
Yes, we know this is G League, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm loving the development.
Yeah, it's G League, but it's just a good sign, you know. And it's shout out to Sean Marks because like somebody said this to me too. This is one of Sean Marks' best draft class. It might be his best draft class. You know, it could be. I mean, it could be debatable, but this is one of his best drafts that
Nicholas Reed said his nickname is Day Day.
Day Day?
Nah,
okay.
Nah. I got a better nickname. I saw this somewhere else. Someone called him the Sharpshooter. That's a way better nickname, the Sharpshooter.
We might have to put a poll up. Should I put a poll up for Dayron's nickname?
Yeah, let's see if what chat. But let's see what chat has for some names, and then we'll put them up. Because we've had Sharpshooter, Day Day. We need a couple. We need two more. But I'm just saying, like, yes, this is G League. But if you compare it to like some of the when you saw him in the summer league, then you just saw him a little bit coming garbage, and then you just look at his movement now. It's
the development is really good
because it's there.
Like before he was just an rebound, put back, you know. But now it's like he's getting the post moves. You know what I'm saying? His shot is coming together. He's getting confidence in that shot. That's what he needs to do to open up his game because you know the modern bigs are shooting now. Yeah, so it's like I'm glad he has the confidence to shoot those threes. You know what I'm saying? And he makes them sometimes. So
I'm liking what I'm seeing.
He did that against Okongwu as an NBA center. Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, like I said, it's big shout out to Dayron, man. Great performance, and Kessler Edwards too. Don't sleep on Kessler.
Didn't he have like I think the same game he had like 23 points as well.
Kessler, man. Kessler was killing too, man. Two great picks, man. Somebody said Dayron equals all day. Okay, I like that. All day. Might be another one. So Day all day and Sharpshooter.
Even Leb said Day.
Even Leb said he's coming for his job. He is, bro. I said this too. I was like, he's coming for his job, bro. So
he said Edwards. Edwards had like 23 points and I think 17 boards. That's shout out to Tommy Brandt.
Yeah. Man, Edwards gets a shout too. Every time I see his stats in the G League, he's getting like 12 and 16. It's like some crazy like stat line.
Yeah. And his shooting is
did we lose Rage? What happened to Rage?
I think it was Rage.
Probably come back.
Oh, somebody said Payday. Oh, Payday is not bad. Payday.
Somebody asked me what's Kyrie doing tonight.
Man.
Oh shit, unholy. That's how I'm gonna. From now on, the first person that asked me what's. Let's be fair though. Give us like at least a half hour into the show, like half hour, maybe 45. But first person that asks, that's when I'm gonna do it. So shout out to Unholy Mayhem. What is Kyrie doing today? So Kyrie, as normal. Let's see. Let me get me set up. Kyrie, what's he doing today? I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave the comment up for now for sure. So Kyrie, as normal, was laying on the couch, thinking, and
thinking about some plans.
This is before the game. This was before the game. He's like, "What am I gonna do today?" He's like, "I got to figure out a way that I could get in the NBA without actually having to get vaccinated and actually play in the game." And it just hit him like he didn't realize that he was watching the movie Avatar. Now, do you guys remember the Avatar movie? Not the Airbender one, but the dudes with the blue bodies, the guys in nature. You guys remember that, right? So it just hit him. And he's like, I will become an avatar.
Oh my God. Yo.
He's like, I will grow my own body. He's like, I will get in to the machine. And then I can play basketball.
He could skip the vaccine. He could get vaccinated because he'll get vaccinated in the Avatar's body.
The whole scene, bro.
He'll get vaccinated in the Avatar's body.
Dude, no, he doesn't even have to. He can sit in his house in this machine.
Yes, he can.
Because this body's been created, and he can play basketball.
You're right. He'll
and the Avatar people, like I can't remember what they were called, but it fits his nature. They were all about nature. I believe they were vegetarian. Like everything about this
plant-based diet.
So everything about this fits Kyrie and can play. And Kyrie will actually have grown, like, I think maybe 1.5 feet or something. So he'll have more size.
He'll post up, more post
They're
up.
like
he was
9
asking
feet or
KD
something crazy, like in the movie.
Yeah. Remember he was asking KD for more post ups. He would get more post ups because
he said he wanted 8 post ups a game. KD talking about
this is what happens when you meditate. When you meditate daily, you get to come up with ideas like this. And I don't think anybody would have a problem with Kyrie being an avatar playing, dude. I'm just saying.
It would be crazy.
Imagine
Kyrie at 9 feet.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying,
a 9-foot blue alien in a Nets jersey that has handles like Kyrie. That's a scary sight.
That's like Kyrie. That's crazy.
Thank you, because actually, Chubbs, I have to give you and Rage credit, or somebody like had shout out like a picture of like Kyrie's head on like the Avatar Airbender, and then it just like hit me, and I'm like, I know Kyrie's thinking that. So,
oh my god!
And of course, Kyrie was watching the game tonight, but. That's what Kyrie did.
Maybe we can do the last Airbender next.
He figured out a way to become an avatar and play, bro. I'm just saying, like,
Kyrie windmilling in that little tank. He can windmill now.
Yeah. Nicholas Reed posted it. I got to shout out. Like, he gave me the idea. Like, I think that's a fabulous idea. I'm okay with it. It makes Kyrie happy. It makes us happy. We have a 9-foot Kyrie with handles. Like, I'm straight. So
if you join us right now, we're recapping Nets versus Hawks, and we beat the Hawks. Make sure you guys join our Discord too. I just pinned the Discord. Thank you, Isaac. If you want to join us on Discord, the Nets server, we are on there. You know, it was toxic a little bit tonight, but I didn't see the whole Discord because I know people was talking. But usually, you know, every game it's a lot of talking at. But you'll like the Discord, so. Nicholas Reed said it was me in Discord.
Well, I will say this, AJ, tonight in Discord, literally every player except Kevin Durant got cooked tonight in our Discord. We have a very emotional. I can't really say the word.
I haven't been there in so long, bro.
That he said.
I try to stay out of there during the games because it'd be hectic in there. Yo.
Yeah, literally every player got tonight except KD. Let's just put it that way.
Even LaMarcus? Even the mid range?
Well, no, actually, a little bit, yeah, because they were like, "Oh, LA's getting was a little slow."
He got out rebounded in the third, I think, because he was getting killed on the boards. Was it Clint Capella? It might have been Clint. I think it was Clint, but I know he was getting out rebounded early in like the third, and I was like, "Damn." Shout out the chat though. We're gonna bring Leb up here, but ask our questions. Put at Saint.
Did we have any other topics that we wanted to talk about tonight, or? Do you think we pretty much covered it?
I think I just want to talk about Daron and Kess, and then
let me get Leb in here.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything.
And Leb, I'm gonna need you to come up on camera one of these days, bro. Like, I need to.
Leb, make sure you're.
I need to see if you're actually Claxton or not.
Leb, make sure you got a good picture of Claxton as if you're not on camera. Make sure your icon's a good picture of Claxton. Ask all questions though, y'all.
If I didn't say so already, Trae Young is bold. I don't think I said that. I don't think I said that.
At 20, what was he? 21.
21. I literally found a picture of Trae when he was younger, and his hair was like all dark and black, and it like looked like he had thick hair. And then like now you look at it, and it looks like it looks like doll hair. It just looks weird. Like looks like old. It looks like that old doll. You found the doll laying in the dirt, and it's just like all frayed and thin and. I don't even know what happened to that man. I'll be right back. But I sent Leb the thing.
All right. I think we play next. We play the Pistons next on Sunday.
We play next.
Imagine we lose.
Play the Detroit Pistons. Hit that like button, y'all. Brian Perez said I got here late, but they talking about getting something from the Pacers. Getting who from the Pacers? We're not getting nobody from the Pacers.
People need to stop with the Miles Turner stuff because we have nothing to get Miles Turner. We don't have what it takes.
At first, when I heard that, when they were doing that, I fell into the hype of Nets Twitter, like, oh my God. But then I realized, like, we're not doing shit. Sean Marks not going to do nothing, bro. He's not going to do nothing. It's like, we don't have nothing to offer. And it's like, we're in a good place right now. So it's not like we're like, you need to change the whole team. Like you don't want to mess up what we have right now.
I would like another score. I wouldn't mind trading one of these guys to get a score, one of our defenders.
But like the buyout and everything.
Yeah. So the first question is from T. Ahmed at Saint. Or I should just say T. Ahmed said, "Do you think Bloodsport ball handling is a plus for our defense?"
I don't know about that because he's a good. Like I said, he surprised me because I like his handle, but. The only thing with James Johnson is he does miss a lot of bunnies in the layups. He does miss a lot of layups sometimes.
He does.
Yeah, so it just
tonight. Yeah, he wasn't. Tonight was one of those games where he wasn't that crisp at the rim.
But I don't know if he said if it would increase our defense. I don't know if it would. Him being on the court helps our defense though at times, but it depends on the matchups. It depends
but you can't deny. You can't deny that dude when he comes in at the end when Nash does his like flipping, whether it's with Clax or somebody else, it's like you can't deny that he has an effect, whether how little or how big you want to debate it is. But for whatever reason, he does have a big impact on the closing. Did I used to be a skateboarder? I have skateboarded, but not
a skateboarder.
Not like no. I rode a skateboard from time to time, but I was not like no.
You didn't do the was it the kick flip, heel flip?
No, that was not my. I was more of like BMX like.
Yo, I remember that Tony. There was a Tony Hawk video game that used to go crazy back.
Oh yeah, the game was fun.
Bro, that's a lot.
Pro Skater, right?
Yeah,
Pro
Skater, Underground, American Wasteland. Yeah, that's too many.
Everybody was playing Tony Hawk, bro. Everybody was playing Tony Hawk. What happened to Tony Hawk?
Pepe said many are saying.
I still have copies of that game now.
Oh, you do? That shit was fire. That Tony Hawk game was fire.
Again, if you have any questions, just do at Saint. Ask your questions. I sent Leb. Leb should be coming up here. But Pepe said many are saying the Heat, Bulls, and Bucks are losing to the bad teams, and the Nets are losing to the good teams. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, here we go. Leb on camera.
Yo, we on camera today.
Leb is on camera. Yo,
bro,
this is a great. We've never seen Leb. We've never seen Leb.
I think Saint has. I hate how this light right here is so fucked up.
It's like
I was trying
to
mess with it. Yeah, when I would turn off the light in here though, like it would just be like white as shit. So I was like, you know what? It's whatever. It's not a big deal.
I like the beard, bro. I'm trying to grow my
I'm trying to be James Harden, you know?
Even Brooklyn Netcast don't get this type of content, bro. Even we got Lev on camera, yo. Even Brooklyn Netcast don't get this type of content.
I mean, welcome. Should we give Leb his moment to defend his man and join your team and ask for apologies?
Make sure you follow Leb on Twitter, y'all. Playboy Claxton. Make sure you follow Leb. But yes, Leb, tell me how what you're feeling about Claxton and the game overall too.
I mean, I thought Claxton played great tonight. I was pissed off that he didn't play at all in the first half. Yeah. The entire first half, I was livid. But I really I understand why Millsap was out there. I mean, Millsap did have a great second half to the game that we just played, and so I get why.
At the 5 though, bro. You like Paul Millsap at the 5? It kind of.
I don't like it, but I get why Nash did it. Okay. Is what I'm trying to get at, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of hard to I think Nash just doesn't really like playing Claxton right now because he knows if he plays Claxton, he's gonna have to play him alongside Bruce Brown and DeAndre Bembry and guys like that, or James Johnson, just guys that can't really space the floor. Yeah. And it's just kind of hard to find time for him. So I kind of get why they weren't playing him, but I wasn't happy about it. I thought that there was points in the game where we had Kevin Durant and Nick Claxton defending the pick and roll. How do you score on that? How do you can you imagine going against the pick and roll of Kevin Durant
possession
and Nick
in the
Claxton
fourth quarter?
Defensively? Yes.
When they switched on Trae Young, I think they made a switch on Trae Young. They were both guarding Trae Young.
Exactly.
I was like, oh my god.
Trae Young probably came around that screen and was like, bro, what am I supposed to do?
2 6'11" guys that can move like that.
I'm freaking 6 feet tall. What do you really expect me to do?
Can I ask you guys something with Claxton and tell me, just hear me out, and then this is my theory. As of right now, I would love to see one start where it's Patty Mills, James Harden, KD, Claxton, and LA.
I mean, Nash is
Because
Man.
I've been saying I've been some people have been popping up saying I see Claxton as more as a 4 than I do a 5. Like, wouldn't that?
I see a lot of people say that.
He's
And
not
I
a
don't-
4, bro.
Do
He's
you
not
think
a
it
4.
would
get it.
work though?
He's
You
not-
still have
has the-
spacing.
He has
You
the
have-
potential to be a 4, but he's not. His offense is not a 4 yet.
You
It's not.
still have
It's not.
spacing though, because everybody else can shoot except
Yeah.
him. So
I
you
get
still
that. I'm
have
just more
spacing.
concerned with what our bench would look like. It really depends if like Blake can pick it up and be our 5 off the bench at that point. That's what it would take. for
I'm
me to
just
feel confident in
or
it.
if Dayron actually got some love.
Yeah,
at
that
some
too.
point.
That too.
Yeah.
Free
Or
day
like,
I
round.
don't know. I just
if
I
you
feel
want to
like
run
I
really
want to see
small
that.
with James Johnson, I guess you could do that too.
I feel like
Because
Clax
James
plays
has
a
been
lot
killing
better
it.
with James Johnson, bro. He plays good with James Johnson and Harden,
Yeah.
obviously, and Bruce sometimes too. He plays good with Bruce.
Dude, if we're being honest, Clax is built like a 3. In all honesty.
Yeah.
yeah, he built like a
No,
stick.
that's true.
Yo,
I mean, the
he
dude,
got-
like Clax played shooting guard in high school. I don't know how many.
yeah,
people
he was a
here know
guard in
that.
high school. That's what's
Yeah,
crazy.
so-
he was a guard in high school, but it's just like
It's kind of like AD, where like he was like a smaller guy, and then like
Mhm.
he grew, or actually he was 6'8" in high school, still playing shooting guard, but I mean,
it's like
it
he
was just
lost.
more acceptable at that
He
point.
lost confidence to me because the last year, he was doing more. Remember, he was like driving to the basket more, doing some euros. He just looked
Yeah.
more offensively confident. Now he's just like, I feel like he's losing confidence now.
I
Like,
mean,
he
we
gets
got to
the
keep in
ball.
mind he's only played 8 games. Like this was
Yo,
his 8th
yeah,
game
that's true.
tonight.
On that video, that strip from Patty on that Hooter guy.
Hooter guy.
I'm calling him Hooter. That strip was that was clutch.
Yeah, it
that was
was.
a beautiful
Yeah.
strip.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to answer back some of the questions? I just had some people threw some up here. Answer
you
them
can-
quickly.
Yeah.
Is it impossible for Levert Union? I think so. Getting
Is it
back into
possible?
those- Is it
Okay.
possible? Next year, maybe, but not this
Okay,
year.
I have a
No,
very
no.
unpopular opinion.
Mhm.
I do not want Levert back.
Chill, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, chill.
No, I love Levert, but
Yeah.
bro,
Why you don't want him
Apparently
back, bro?
not. Apparently,
Bro,
you
off the
don't.
my
bench,
favorite
bro,
Nets, bro.
he'd be fired, bro. Why you
That's
doing
one of my
that?
favorite Nets, bro.
he is
Yeah, bro.
incredibly inefficient this season.
Chubbs,
But off
you're
the bench, but
capping,
listen,
dude.
off the
Where are
bench,
my
it
hats?
scales, bro.
Hey, Chubbs,
It
you're
scales
capping,
off the
bro.
bench. Like
Hey,
42 off the
Yeah,
bench,
let me
You
like
capping, bro.
42%
What
off
do
the
you
bench
got?
is really like 48 when you scale it to
You
bench.
capping?
You capping,
I
bro.
don't think you understand. He's averaging
Chubbs trophy?
14 and he's struggling to get over 40%.
You're
from the
capping,
field.
bro.
I'm
He put
like,
3
okay.
caps on. He put
Hey,
3
I
caps
will go
on,
get
bro.
more caps. I have like at least 12 others.
No,
Hey,
I got
my-
beanies too.
I'll
We'll
beat
put
you.
it on.
I
So
got
I'll say
beanies.
I'm
Should I get my
capping,
cap?
Hey, don't forget, I got a do-rag too with a skull
Hey.
cap. I'll put that.
That's
shit on
that's
the
only
do-rag.
bad in like a starting lineup, but like off the bench, like I'm telling you, that's really like 46 off the bench.
Because
Ca-
he can
It's scale.
bro. He's
Karras has been going
It's
crazy. the
scale.
last
Harris
4
is a
games.
bucket, bro. He'll give you a light 18. You know what
He's
I'm
starting to pick
saying?
it up a little
A
bit
light
now.
18 every
He had
night.
26, 6, and 5 tonight.
All right, we're
Oh, he
gonna
had
wrap
26
it. I'm
tonight?
gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
26, 6, and
He
5.
did.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna rapid fire these questions. I'm just gonna move along. I'm gonna be rude and cut everybody off. Do you think Nash is getting help or just improving? I think it's a little bit of both. I think Nash is improving.
it's
He
both.
seems
Yeah.
to be better at calling timeouts. He is recognizing when he needs to make adjustments a little bit more. I do see that. I have seen him be more vocal on the sidelines.
Definitely.
Like especially tonight, KD was getting pissed, and he went and he kind of checked KD a little bit, and KD went and ran away when he told him to go. Like, so I think Nash's voice is getting a little bit stronger. I'm still not fully happy with him as our head coach. Like, if you gave me options, it probably wouldn't be Nash.
No.
But I do think he is improving. I mean, I can't sit
Way
there
to
and
tell
say
is the
that
playoffs,
guy's
bro. That's
not.
the only way to tell
Yes.
because that's when coaching really, 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 really matters when you're in the playoffs.
I love Nash personally, but
Huh?
yeah.
What'd you just say?
Wait.
Please
Hold on.
elaborate,
Bro,
Lev.
We
Please
gotta,
elaborate.
wait. Is he trolling? We gotta play the show
I'm not
music.
trolling. I'm
Hold
not
on, we gotta play the
trolling at
show
all.
music. We gotta play the show music.
Leb, you've
Hold
been
on.
a W. You've been a W for so long,
gotta get
Leb.
the cap
Bro, what is
treatment.
wrong
You gotta
with
get the
Nash?
cap treatment.
Seriously,
Where?
what's wrong with him?
You
What
You're
does he
supposed
do
to
wrong?
be Leb, bro.
What does
You're
he
not
do
supposed
wrong?
to be Leb.
You gotta get the cap treatment.
He's asking. Lev just asked a question and said, "What
What does he do
Nash
wrong?
do wrong?"
Like what?
Yo, we gotta play the
other-
troll music again, bro. Oh my god.
What does Nash do wrong? Leb, I know what you finna say. Other than not being a coach, what is he? I know what you was finna say.
I mean, like he does what we need him to do, though, is the thing, and that's.
Got to stop, Lev. Got to stop.
Now you know how I feel. Hey, but now you know how I feel like when you guys are talking about Claxton. But okay, but to be fair, Leb, elaborate more on, and then ask your question.
I mean, I just feel like Nash as a coach, like he realizes that like he's not Greg Popovich. Like we all know he's not Greg Popovich. That's right. So he knows that he's got James Harden on his team and he's got Kevin Durant on his team. Why should he be like trying to get them to do something that like fits him when he can just let Kevin Durant and James Harden do them? I mean, there is some things that he can improve on, of course, but like it's his second year coaching. Like
that's a fair
for one, like there's timeouts. Like he's gonna learn that over time. I thought he's already kind of picked that up a little bit. It'll get better.
The timeouts did get a little bit better.
I think his rotations are getting better. He's really starting to like step his foot in. Like tonight, where he saw Millsap didn't have it in the first half. In the second half, he put something Claxton. But
give Nash a rating out of 10.
Nah, let make it okay.
No. You can keep talking, Love. Don't mind me.
Let make it a valid point though. Nash is improving. We'll give him that.
We should give him out of 10.
He is
out of 10.
Better improve though.
OJ said.
What has
OJ
he done wrong?
He's spitting facts.
What do you give him overall as a coach out of 10? What do you give him? What do you grade him as a coach?
How about this for our team or just in general?
In general,
there's a difference. In general, he's probably like a 6 or a 7. But for our team, I think he's like a 9. I think he fits perfectly for what we're trying to do. Y'all are
I'm trying to defend you, Leb, because
somebody said something to me, Leb. What you say? I heard something.
I said the same thing that you just said, and I didn't get trolled, but I would give Nash more of like a. I kind of agree with your first thing, like he's a 6. I think 7. I'm more towards a 6 and a 5.
Leb did make some fair points. He did make some.
I mean, but he has. I mean, but let's be honest too, though. Like, do you think
after the debacle last year in the playoffs, though? Do y'all remember
yes,
what
but
happened
do you
last year in the
also
playoffs?
think? Do you also think if we had the big 3 and Kyrie was here, right?
Yeah.
Do you actually think like having a coach like a coach like Tom Thibodeau or one of these other guys that don't put up with no people's shit? Do you really think that would work with these guys?
Hell no.
Nope.
Wait, what are you asking?
It'd be the same thing
if we had one
Kenny.
of these...
If we kept Kenny, it'd be the same way with Thibodeau, like and shit like that.
Yeah. Like Kenny wouldn't take no shit. You already saw that. I think Kyrie pretty much when he came in was like, we don't need a coach. Like, and that was pretty much his way of saying goodbye, Kenny Atkinson. Like,
damn.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, maybe Nash, maybe Nash is
if you give
the kind
Nash
of coach you need,
a bad team. It's a wrap. If you get
it's
a
wrap.
Hornets,
I mean,
the Hornets. Let me give them the worst. Nash on the Pistons. Nash coaching the Pistons. Imagine Nash coaching the Pistons.
I mean, I think over time maybe he might be a good coach for a team like that, but not right now. Like he needs to get a lot more.
He's blessed to have the big
Listen
3,
to this. Listen to this. And okay, so another defense of Nash. What other coach has had to deal with the amount of different starting lineups we've had in the last 2 seasons? Ray of trades, Ray of injuries, Ray of players just sucking you know what? Like, and then the blank says here, y'all realize we're in first place. A big part of that is Nash. I mean,
Kevin Durant and James Harden.
As ugly as we have seen the Nets play, like, how do I say this? We win and we have the best record in the East, but it's been ugly to watch. And there is something to be said that trying to make that all work since last season and multiple starting lineup changes and injuries and yada yada yada. Like, got to give Nash some credit for being able to handle that. I mean,
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
Giving
do you
Steve
know how
Clifford
much?
some credit too, bro.
Do you
That
know how much
defense.
stuff that Nash has
Vaughn.
gone through in like his 2 years as a coach for our team? Like, first off, there's just everything with Kyrie, like from that 2 week off period with Kyrie, everything that's going on this year with Kyrie. You never really know when Kyrie's going to be on the floor. You have James Harden coming on midseason. You got to integrate him into your offense and everything. I mean, it's nice to have James Harden, obviously, but it's still, as a coach, that's difficult for you to just pick up everything and say, okay, throw that out the window. Everything that we've game planned on for the past couple months, we're now going to go to this with James Harden. Like, that's just a huge adjustment to make. And then I thought in the playoffs last year he was pretty good. I don't know what you guys are talking about,
bro. The
What did he do in the
timeouts,
problem?
the timeouts. He wasn't calling timeouts. The runs, the playing KD 48 minutes and not rotating his minutes.
Who were you going to give KD's like minutes to?
Well, we'll just give him let's give him a little bit of rest. They figured. I mean,
he was the only reason we were in those games.
Coach Bud figured it out with Giannis. He gave Giannis at least 2 minutes of rest.
But we didn't have anyone else. Did you want Joe Harris to be our best scorer on the floor?
No, I'm not saying.
I'll never
have. There's ways you can rest. You can rest KD for at least a minute though, or 2 minutes. You can rest him for 2 minutes.
I mean, realistically though, like y'all played basketball before. Like, is that 2 minutes really going to do that much for you? Like, honestly,
we might have needed KD for the 48
for his legs. Yes, because we went to overtime. We went to overtime for his legs.
You think that Nash didn't have a conversation with KD and was like, "Yo, we might need you for the 48 tonight.
You're in," and that's it. I know he didn't say nothing else.
Not what happened.
He didn't say.
Hey, but we do have to give Nash. We do have to give credit to Nash. Nash did finally just bench DJ, right? Like, you got to be. You got to give him credit there.
Yeah, he did bench DJ.
But that's why Kenny got fired. Kenny got fired for trying to do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this though. Like, I'm pretty sure Nash is definitely getting help, but at the same time, like, I think he is coming around. Slowly. He is getting, I mean, let's just be honest. He is getting better at some of the things. At the end of the day, Nash is developing like our lineup is developing. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. But is there any other questions that you guys got? Like, throw out. Who do we lose? We lost Chubbs.
Somebody said Nash is listening to all the sub coaches today.
Oh, we both were clicking on it.
Yeah, clicking on it.
Today was the first day that he said he screamed, "Get the effing rebounds." Wow. Hey, I think Nash needs to get like.
He was really nonchalant last year. Like I said, he's more active to this year.
Well, I noticed. Yeah, I mean, if you noticed on the game, he was up talking. He definitely was chipping at KD a little bit, and KD listened. So, I mean, there is some respect there from the players. I guess that's, ultimately that's what you want too, though. Like, we may not be happy with some of the things that he's doing, but I don't think there's any denial that that the players don't respect him, at least.
Yeah.
Because something would have come out by now in the last 2 seasons here, last season and this year. If they didn't respect him and like what he was doing, you're telling me something wouldn't slip out somewhere? Like, I know the Nets are really tight-lipped, but
somebody said Kyrie's not following Nash on Instagram.
I think he said he's not following him back or something. I don't know what that.
He's not following Steve Nash. Nash is
that,
folling him though, because I seen Nash like his.
I know Kyrie's not following Javon Carter back on Instagram. That's a fact. I saw that the other day because I was trying to see if Javon Carter was following him because he was posting some like anti-vax or like get your vaccine shit and like anti-vaxxers and stupid like that kind of thing. And he posted something.
Does he follow any of the rookies? I don't know if he follows any of the rookies though.
Kyrie, I'm pretty sure he follows Cam. I don't know if he follows.
Yeah, I might have said he follows Cam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he follows Cam.
Yeah, I know he. Like I said, Kyrie don't be on Instagram. Well, he be on Instagram, but you know what he posts. He be posting the art. Somebody said, "What can Sharp do?" Yeah, you know that.
All right, what can Sharp do to convince Nash he can possibly fix the rebounding problem? I don't think he needs. I think they know what Kessler. Because my honest opinion about this is, I literally think they are utilizing right now the G League for Kessler and Sharp to really just build those minutes, build those consistent games up. Because you see, they're literally, if you look at it this way, how many times have you seen the report of Sharp and Kessler going back and forth between G League and the NBA for practice, just practice?
Yeah.
And then go back down for the games. And then they're back for NBA practice with the guys. So they're keeping these guys plugged into the actual team, but then they're sending them back down to practice with them. And then they're in games there. I'm under the belief that there's a potential maybe later in the season when minutes start racking up on some guys or potentially injuries that these guys might see some action this year. I
There's
think
gonna be a game that we're gonna need Daron. Like I have a feeling we're gonna need Daron. Like
I think
just,
they have a plan for all these guys.
Yeah, and I don't know if we get to see. I don't know. Like I think I was more. I was wrong with my thinking. Kessler would probably. I think we all kind of thought Kessler might get some play before Cam and Sharp. And then as time developed, like Cam has stepped up all the other areas except scoring, like, because he didn't need to really work on scoring. It was more of like shot selection and spacing and ball movement and playing defense. And it's like he really jumped way ahead in that, farther than I expected him to. Like he's taken on to it very quickly.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought I thought at least Kessler and Sharp may actually get more play, but I was wrong and have no problem admitting that. But I do believe these guys are going to possibly come up in the later of the season. I mean, I can't imagine we're not going to have it. I hate to say it, but I can't imagine somebody's not going to get injured before the year is out.
Why are you doing that?
There's more questions.
Hey, I don't know, man. Sorry, man.
That's just how it is.
That's what Clack's for.
That's kind of drip a little bit. I ain't gonna
lie. That's his way word, man. Put some respect on his name.
Look at my man. Put some
respect on his name.
What has
they were disrespecting you, huh, Claxton? They was going crazy on you.
Has any coach went to Stragus coach like that? What?
You see what I'm saying? The chat is drunk tonight.
Stragus.
What are you trying to say? Rewrite your question.
Are you trying to say?
There's another one above it though, bro.
You're trying to say stagger.
Has any coach went to Stragus coach like Nash before?
To straight coach?
I bet you Kyrie knows what he's trying to say. Kyrie could probably decode that.
Are you meaning like, has anybody ever just gone right? Do you think James Harden? I don't see why he wouldn't. I don't think Nash has done any. I mean, listen, Harden has had some ugly ass games, and you still see him starting. So
yeah,
I don't think Nash has done anything to limit Harden that would give him a reason to not.
I don't think any coach would do that.
But honestly, they played against Harden and KD played against Nash. So do you think like they see him like that, or they just be like, yeah?
KD definitely rocks with Nash.
Yeah,
because like Nash was like KD's like team mentor or whatever, and Golden State.
He was like his what you call it, conditioning.
Yeah,
whatever,
he was like his like personal
shooting
like
coach or something
development guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess what and you still got straight is spelled Strai.
Y'all need to go to sleep.
You gotta look up. Okay, that's what I thought. Has any head coach went straight to head coach before being with an assistant? I think they're possibly without any experience. I mean, if you go back to when that happened, there was a whole lot of jargon behind that. I don't even want to get into, but I do know that when it did happen, that a lot of players actually came forward because there was like Stephen A. Smith went hard on it, didn't like that Nash jumped in. There were some other little takes that people had that like, why the hell is he getting this chance? He has no experience whatsoever. But a lot of players actually came to Nash's defense and said like Nash is a real one as far as like respecting, they respect him because of the kind of person he is. And his
Hall of Fame career and all that.
But a lot of it had to do with things that Nash did for players that people don't know about, like in the media, like in real life shit. Like Nash is that kind of person where he stepped up and done a lot of things for, and I know that was brought up. That is more of a defense. I mean, I think
what about what Scoop was saying about like Sam Cassell being an assistant for like 30 or what is it, like 15, 20 years, and he still didn't get.
OJ Billups was the assistant with the Clippers before taking Portland job this year.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was.
I'm sure there's a lot of things there.
Everybody usually you're supposed to pay your dues before you become a head coach, but Steve Kerr and Nash are like the what's you call it, the
Golden Boys.
Yeah, the Golden Boys.
Kerr had a job before, didn't he?
I mean, but that is the thing. There is a lot of things working in Nash's favor here. He's got the connection to Sean Marks. Players do love Steve Nash. He does have the connection with KD in war, up in Oakland with them. I mean, there's a lot of connections that he did have to the team that I think influenced him coming here, even though he didn't have thing. But listen, just because you're an amazing point guard doesn't necessarily mean it translates to being a hell of a coach, just because you could be out there running. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Will the Nets return to their elite? See, I brought this up earlier because people were cooking me in Discord. It says Nets will return to elite shooting when Harris returns. Before Harris's injury, the Nets shot 39% from three. After the injury, they shot just 31 from three. Now, the other addition I want to add to this, thank you, Anad, was that with that, we were first in the league, and now we are 28th in the league. So people that say we like Joe Harris, whatever, I get it. You'll bring up the same thing. He screwed up in the playoffs. Okay. But the value of Joe Harris on this team, if you don't recognize that, you're not paying attention. But we went from first in the league on there to the 28th in the league. And if you look at it, nobody's really shooting threes on this team. I think once he comes back, it will open that spacing back up. So I don't know how you.
And it doesn't just make us better from three, but like Joe Harris's spacing also like opens the drive up for Harden. And like if Harden gets a better open drive, it's easier for him to drive and kick to people that will become wide open because people are coming to play help on the Harden drive. Like Joe Harris's impact is so much bigger than just Joe Harris. It's ridiculous.
And let me interrupt because I want to call people out, right? Like you're seeing this thing here. F Joe Harris, Harris no D. It's like, dude, you guys are not paying attention because if you had been paying attention, you would have actually seen before Joe Harris got hurt, actual players on the team were giving Joe Harris for changing the rest of his game, giving him props for his increased defense. And you've noticed that we barely have been shooting threes. And if like Patty Mills is not hitting them, other people, very little, maybe KD at the most, right? Like if you don't recognize that and you just go to F Joe Harris or Joe Harris is choked in there, it's like you're not paying attention. And that's kind of sad because he literally does impact this team as far as his spacing and like he said, opening up the lane for other people. It's like you put another shooter out there that can hit. It's like it helps open up. Obviously, it's not the impact of like having a Kyrie on your team, but Joe Harris does have an impact on this team for spacing and shooting and allowing other players to get into their game. And when you do take that out of there, it affects the whole team. And literally Kevin Durant, James Harden, so many numerous players have said how much they miss Joe Harris. And no offense, I actually would rather trust their words than our words or somebody in the chat of how important like Joe Harris is to the team. So keep up with your F Joe Harris. Joe Harris choked in the playoffs. Like, yeah, exactly,
Dirty
OJ.
Joe.
Like that just like that. I mean, you literally are not looking at any of the positives or what the man does bring to the team. You're just continuing to look at one narrative, and it's like it's pretty tired. So, whatever. At the end of the day, I mean, the man helps us out, and
like I see people that are saying like Joe Harris is like one-dimensional, like he's a role player. What do you expect him to do? You expect Joe Harris to be doing like between the leg hezzy? Like who do you think he is?
But Leb, here's the kicker. These are the same people that will big up Bruce Brown no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Same people that say Joe Harris is one-dimensional.
OJ, it's not true. You have no like. I respect some of the things you're saying, but in this one, you guys are dead wrong.
You said just like
sorry.
Paul George.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a bad wrong.
You said
I'll
Joe
say
with
this:
Paul
I
George.
get why people have concerns about Joe, like in the
Of
postseason.
course.
I mean, it's not like this was his first time having a bad postseason series,
Yeah.
but it's not like he's never had a good postseason series. Like in the first round last year against Boston, he lit it up,
He was
and
lights
then
out.
and then in the bubble playoff series, I know it's the bubble, but and he only played in 2 games, but he was lighting it up against Toronto when he was playing. When he got knocked out, everybody was like, "Man, without Joe Harris, like we have absolutely no shot at beating Toronto, like even one game."
Yeah.
But
And to T. Ahmed, dude, nobody even brought up anything about Joe Harris being in the fourth quarter. Even like you just come up with a comment like nobody even brought that up. Like we've talked multiple times about there's guys on this team that are great for starting, and then we have other players that better are for ending it. But yes, Joe will be in there at times in the fourth quarter.
You think
It
y'all rather
will
have
happen.
Patty's close or Joe close? Let's say we need
it just depends on the hot hand. Like
Yeah.
some nights it's gonna be Joe, and sometimes
Exactly.
it's gonna be Patty.
Let's be
Like,
honest. The
you
fact
just
we
don't
have
know.
both is fucking crazy.
Thank
Like,
you.
excuse my language, but the fact we have
Thank
both
you.
and going into the playoffs with both on your in your deck of cards is actually kind of OP.
Yeah,
Like,
last
I'm
year
still-
we were in that same situation, but it was Shamit and Joe Harris
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
freaking.
I'm
Patty
still a little
Mills.
worried about Joe in the playoffs, but hopefully, I have faith that he'll make his shots this time.
I mean, you
have-
can't.
I have faith because we have Patty now. Like if we
You
didn't have
can't-
Patty, I'd be like,
But you can't deny, though, before he got injured, we were all agreeing that this man had improved in other areas of his games before he
Yeah.
got hurt. So
Yeah.
I think you were starting to see that. I think this year's bench and this year's setup has allowed him to learn more about defense and get better at it because everybody else was playing it. So there was that. Hopefully, when he returns, he can continue that. But just to switch to this next question, I saw this earlier before the game. I don't know if anybody was watching ESPN, but they put up they polled 100 or so media people or whatever, and they did a mock voting for MVP. And right now, they had literally had Steph Curry just running away with it. KD was in second. And then I can't remember. I think it was Jokic was third. LeBron wasn't anywhere to be seen. But
Yeah,
I kind of have to say at the moment, if you were to take the roles, I would kind of to me, Steph is kind of, I think just because what Steph's doing, where he's at with his age at the time and how good he's making it look against everybody, I kind of feel like Steph would get the edge and then KD's right there. But still got a long way to
His
go.
numbers
as far
looking
as
kind of right. Isn't he shooting 43 from the field right now?
He's really
Who, Steph?
his numbers really
Yeah.
aren't that great right now.
Yeah,
But let's be
But what
honest,
he's
KD's
doing,
KD
though.
has a
I
more
think-
arguable thing for the
KD's
MVP.
numbers KD's numbers.
Look at what KD is dealing with versus what Steph is dealing with. Steph had an easy ass
Bruh, I'ma
schedule
be so
and a
upset,
team that
like-
already gelled up.
Who has the better storyline though?
Right
So you know
now,
how the
it's-
MVP
I
goes
hate
from
that.
well,
That's stories.
that's what I'm saying. Right now, if you look at how Steph is doing it, whether the numbers take the numbers out of it for a minute, because we know part of the MVP is also about hype
man.
and how things look and the fandom. It's
It's narrative.
the Steph Curry looks very attractive right now.
This man
opposed to-
averaged 23 points and got an MVP over James Harden, Kevin Durant, and LeBron. I'll never forget that.
Damn.
Yes,
Wow,
exactly.
bro, really? Real pure narrative. That was pure narrative. I'm like,
bro,
wow,
it's the MVP is about stories too, bro.
that was stupid
Storyline.
as hell. I'm still aggravated about that shit. His second MVP was legit, but it's like, come on, bro. There was 4 or 5 other players that should have got that shit 2015.
I think a part of it is it's right now Steph is more made for TV excitement.
Yep.
And that's what's getting him the nod right now. It's just because
He's a golden boy?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's kind of like what they did with Giannis to some degree too. Granted, Giannis definitely, stepped up his game and was just was killing it. But I think at the same time, Steph is made for TV excitement. He's hit how many times every day or every other day do you see Steph hitting some crazy ass shot? How did he hit that? Dude is just right now he's the NBA starling boy, so to speak, right now.
Mhm.
Just
I
kinda
just-
KD, Katie's on his not nice flow. Remember when he was on his not nice? Katie's this year is his not nice. First, remember he shoved TLC tonight, and then he had this elbow. Remember the elbow?
Oh yeah.
He's on his not nice today.
Katie has been on time in this season. I can't lie.
Katie ain't taking shit tonight.
Katie is not nice. He's
he's not playing around this season. Like he'll actually fight someone. I think a fight will actually happen this season. Like he'll actually.
Ray, I don't think I ever said Curry outplayed or didn't outplay Katie in Brooklyn. So you
talking about as a whole, like
I'm just saying, like
you're pointing out one game. You're pointing out.
How about you fucking like leave? Like why are you going up against KD like that? And you're supposed to be in here, supposed to be a KD fan, bro.
And this is why I brought up because yes, right now Golden State is 20-4. Mm-hmm. Curry's numbers aren't doo-doo. He's still playing very good basketball.
Yeah,
so it's like it's very.
Hey, the Warriors are back. Like
I'm praying. Hey, look, I'm a storyline. I'm praying. You don't understand how much I'm praying on his downfall right now, bro. I want KD to win. If he gets 3, they're already saying that he ranks higher all time than KD, and that aggravates.
But Julian, no cap, like
what?
Praying on another man's downfall is very 2017. Let's leave it there.
Bro, nah. I'm not really. I know. I just don't want him to win over KD. I just don't want him to win over KD. KD deserves. KD should have 3 already.
I agree.
KD should have 3 already, and it's like, why? Like this doesn't make sense. Like why does he not already have 2? Like why does KD just?
But let's keep it real. How many people in Nets Nation actually like the way that they come at players? Like actually like I saw when Joe Harris went down, and actual Net fans were like happy that he was gone.
Bro,
like people in our chat, people are, and it was like, are you?
Rims isn't Net fans.
Like, but no, they weren't. They said they were, but I mean, but that's just how it goes these days.
Okay, so Ray Armand said, so since you say you keep it real, let's keep it real. Out of that one game this season, Steph has been shit in the Barclays Center. Let's really keep it on. Ever since this game, take it out. He's been shit since KD came to the Nets.
Didn't we bust his shit like opening night last year with KD and Kyrie by 25?
Let's even go back. Further.
Okay.
Let me not. He was injured. I'll give them a pass. He was injured.
Ooh. Oh, so he's talking about 2019.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about 2020 opening night last
2020,
year.
2020, yeah. Kyrie and KD put that work.
Beats by Dre.
The fuck?
Didn't we have Dinwiddie picking him up full court like that entire game?
Yeah, he got locked up.
Caruso just clamped him up.
I just had somebody hit me up on Discord. He said, "Hi, Saint." His name's Alpha Male. I'm sure he did something more than this, but he goes, "I was that old Steph fan that got banned for trolling and saying 59-year-old Jordan can beat the whole Nets team as a joke."
Oh my god, troll man!
You know what what Stephen A. said today? He talking about, is it time to stop saying LeBron MJ and start saying Curry MJ? I deleted YouTube off of my phone. I deleted YouTube off of my phone. I'm not doing it.
Julian.
And if he gets the third one, oh my god.
You sure that clip wasn't in 2016?
Oh my god, they were saying that 2016 too, bro. Oh my god, I literally cried. I'm literally gonna have.
I got a spicy question. I got a spicy question for you guys. Since you guys are so high on Claxton clamping people, do you think Claxton can clamp Steph?
Well, absolutely.
Nah. He could do good on
absolutely.
He could do a good job. I've seen Kyrie clamp him up. Why can't Clax do a good?
No doubt.
If he could clamp Trey,
I'm just saying, if Michael Bridges can do it, I mean.
They said DeJounte Murray get
I'm just seeing where you got. I'm trying to see where you guys honestly, level of.
We did clamp up Steph in 2020 though, so it's like
where you think Claxton.
But it was a team effort. It wasn't really like a
for us. Yeah, we just game planned really well, and we had. I know Dinwiddie picked him up full court the entire game.
It was like a lot of people guarding him. It was like Cruz, KD was guarding sometimes. Yeah, it was like. Nah,
I've seen him get clamped by guards really good. Not like I've seen him get clamped by guards. Like he can get clamped up. Not clamped. You can't really clamp him up, but like you can bother him and like make him shoot 20 on like bad efficiency.
Hey Claude, we don't be putting this negative out here. We don't want this. Durant is yes. No. We don't want
Don't
that.
say that, bro. Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Why are you
That's-
doing that,
But
bro?
why
Get
would
rid
you
of that
even
bad
say
juice.
that?
Your name is
Like, why would you even say that?
wait. Your name is Claude.
Damn.
At the end of the day, so I don't even know why you're doing that.
Claude Smith.
Yo, Saint, why are you even bringing dudes like that attention? Like,
Don't do that.
Because
bro.
I think this is the end of the
Yeah, nah,
stream.
that's bad
I
energy,
should
though,
have just done this though. I should have just
Yo, delete that picture, yo.
I should have just done
Yo,
that. No,
Whoa,
this
this
is
that picture.
this
Do
is
not
the
delete
look
picture.
that
Who
I'm
says
gonna
it? I
put up
deleted
when
it?
somebody says something dumb. Like I'm just gonna be like,
Nah,
Whoa,
I've seen in the chat too. Someone says bring the clown horn back. I might bring that back.
you should.
Oh yeah. Oh, OG fan right there. That
Real
was
OG, yeah, real
last year.
OG.
That was last year when we did that. Yeah. when
And
Chuck-
I will shout out to Clax because this person just said Clax was slow on small players. Clax only
he's
got
7 foot. I mean,
Clax only got like Trey took him only like twice to the rim, and that was
Trey
it.
is one of the fastest people.
Yeah,
I've
but
ever
he
seen.
only
I was
did
shocked.
that
I was
to
shocked.
him.
Clax is like stayed with him.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
like he's gonna get got sometime. Like it's just
Of
Clax
course.
doesn't have-
mean, like
he's
I said-
like these guards, 6'1",
Yeah.
6'2", 6'3" guards are literally too fast for you to consistently stay up with them. Like for
But
you to be able
he
to
still
shuffle
did a
your
good
feet.
job on him tonight.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what
he
makes
gave
him
him hell.
special. That's what makes him
I heard
special.
that.
Like if you
He's
compare
good.
what
Same thing with
Claxton
KD.
does against these guards versus like what LaMarcus Aldridge does when he gets
Yeah,
switched
because
on
he's
to
heavy
him,
as hell. He's heavy as fuck.
Yeah,
Lamarcus
it's
like
night and day.
260.
It's night and
Yeah.
The key for Claxton and guarding these guys on the perimeter is if he gets to them late, it most likely will result in a go by, the faster ones.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is that if he gets there in time, most of the time these guys wind up passing the ball
Yeah.
because his length and he does have enough speed to stay in front of them. And I will give him credit too. He definitely was like Claxton setting a screen looks really bad. I still think he needs to do a better job than that, but him breaking through screens does look like he hustles through the screens, and I will give
Yeah,
him
he
that.
does. But we also do switch a lot, and like that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like it's a good thing when you have a guy like Clax. Like would you have like him and like Durant on both sides of the screen? Bro, like what do you do? Like,
Yo, that's crazy.
like
Because they could both
when I
switch.
saw that
Oh my
one switch,
God.
like my
Bro.
head was just like
Because
oh
Katie was
my
like, no,
God,
no, I got him
that's
this
the
time.
most beautiful thing ever.
Because
Like,
Clax was like, you want me to get him? Katie's like, no,
Yeah.
no, I got him.
Yeah. It was, oh
It
my
was
God.
amazing, yo. That was a great
I
goal.
got a little tangent to put into the panel, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
What are your top 5 ball handlers?
Like right now,
Oh, we
All
know
time?
Kyrie
All
is first.
time. All time.
all time.
Kyrie
I'm putting
and
AI.
AI first and second.
AI.
Huh?
I might put AI.
AI,
Yeah,
huh?
Top two.
I think Kyrie and AI are solidified 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Kyrie AI. Yeah, Kyrie AI.
Like,
Because Kyrie took what
so-
AI did and just he remixed it crazy. So
he's
like,
ambidextrous, so he can do it like
what's 3, 4, and 5? Because I know.
Jamal Crawford.
I have him there.
Yeah.
Crawford, yeah.
J.
Mhm.
Cross.
Would y'all put
What
Hardaway
about
in there?
Kimba? What about Kimba?
I
The
wouldn't
old
put
Hardaway,
him
Tim
on there.
Hardaway? No?
Oh,
Tim
I-
Hardaway crossover?
I thought you said Harden.
No, Tim Hardaway. I was gonna say Tim
Harden,
I don't have
Harden's
him.
fine.
Tim
Harden's fine
Hardaway's
with it.
dad. Tim Hardaway Sr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
His
Harden's
crossover's
6.
crazy.
Shout out to the comment that says Steve Francis. He's in my top 5.
Oh, I forgot about
Steve
Steve.
Francis.
Steve was nasty.
What about Rod? What's his name? Rod Strickland? Damn. Obviously,
OJ
once you
Nah.
do
Derrick
God,
Rose?
once you do
Derrick Rose
Sham
handles
God,
like that?
God,
Y'all
shit.
think
No,
Derrick Rose
they
like that?
Here's another name, God Sham God.
yeah, gosh, once you do
Do
God,
you believe?
Oh my God, troll it.
Oh,
Troll.
I know.
No, he's
When,
not.
OJ, you were like
Yeah,
going
you're-
strong. OJ Mayo, you
That's
were
just
going
trolling.
strong for a while
Ye-
with some of your takes, but like the last
your
few ones.
channel is
Come
named
on,
after
bro.
another man. So
OJ
you know,
Mayo.
Oh, hey,
AI's
real
like
quick,
that. Be quiet.
real quick before
OJ,
you guys move on, I wanted to read the exact quote from Kevin Durant tonight.
Actually, one
Being
second,
able,
real quick. Jason
being-
Williams.
Jason. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
White chocolate.
White
Oh,
chocolate. He was
yeah,
he was
He's in
sick.
my
He's a
top.
good
He might
one.
be in my top 5 too. He's in my
Yeah.
top 5.
Mhm.
He's in my top 5.
Kevin Durant's exact quote for tonight in the whole clock switching everything, being able to switch everything, all those pick and rolls that were hurting us in the first half, we took that away. We had length and athleticism out there with Nick Claxton and myself and James Johnson. So those
And
are
that's
from the
fair,
words
too.
of Kevin
With
Durant.
With James Johnson on the opposite end of those pick and rolls too. Like, what do you do? I mean,
Fast. He's talking fast.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about James Johnson missing some of those layups, but that's the one part that James Johnson does give you is that he does have some quickness and length, and that is helping big time.
Mood.
OJ tried to defend his AI overrated take by saying he shoots 41%.
I mean, he does not. He shot.
Bro,
he shot.
what does that do?
It's you know what? Handles though, bro.
He did shoot 43.
But here, I'm gonna shut it down. So with that logic, is Kobe overrated? Because a lot of his stats, you can see he's very inefficient at times too.
Kobe's not that. Kobe's like 45.5 or 46. He's not that.
But it is. If you really want to look at how the stats are based, you can say that's inefficient. So by that logic, is Kobe overrated? Yes.
Yeah, Kyrie.
Weren't we talking about handles though?
Yeah, we're talking about handles.
Yeah, so there's no way you could say AI is overrated. Well, we're talking about handles.
And AI never got swept in the
Get out, please.
OJ,
I'm not even
about to deal with
it. Get out.
Okay, no.
Get him out.
Wow.
Okay, get him out.
So, no,
I'm gonna time him out for 300 seconds. I'm gonna time him out.
I was gonna ask
OJ.
who would you have over Kobe, but I really wanted to see that.
I like this.
Kobe top 10, right?
Steph,
Everybody knows he's top 10 at least, right?
AI, white chocolate, CP3.
I put OJ Mayo on timeout for 300 seconds to think about his
OJ, go sit in the corner, bro.
His horrendous, saying that AI is overrated, and even Kobe. What was the most overrated player of all time? OJ.
You are bad. Kobe top 10.
OJ, come on, bro.
I think he's slightly overrated, but that's too far.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, you could.
Other all-time guys have more overrated.
Some people try to say that, it's like he's him. Like some people say he's better than MJ. Obviously, if you're doing that, then
yeah,
you're
a lot of people
that's ridiculous.
are ridiculous.
But the most overrated of all time,
slightly overrated.
That's a top 10 player, though, right? Is that not a top 10 player?
I'm leaving this.
I mean,
borderline.
You literally got.
I'm done. I can't take this AI disrespect anymore, man.
No, now you're mad. Now you can't handle the AI disrespect.
Why are we disrespecting AI, bro?
Oh damn! Look at this. Somebody bringing an old guy. Pistol Pete probably.
He doesn't kill Kyrie and
another person. Another person bring up Penny Hardaway. There's a lot of good ball handlers. I'm sorry. I might need to rethink that top 5. There's a lot of good ball handlers. Penny Hardaway was tough.
I mean, Jason Kidd could have been on that list.
Yeah, him too.
I mean, Jason Kidd's court vision and his handles and his passing. Yeah. I mean, it was insane.
I just saw that he has he's 5th in triple double. Like he has 100 triple double.
I mean, listen, when Kidd was with us, he literally just ran up the center of the court and got everybody involved. That's literally what he did for those 2 seasons. Would run up the middle of the court, dish, behind the back, shoot a 3. There's a lot of people that could make that list. I agree.
Pistol Pete. Oh my God, the trolls are coming out, bro. I can't
but that's all right though.
The trolls
are
in the building.
Shout out, but real quick, Sunday I think is our next game. But Sunday is going to be an action-packed day on this channel. During the day, for about maybe a half hour, 45 minutes at 2:00 Eastern time, we are going to have Scoop B up. And Scoop's going to talk about his most recent article that he put out, and just general conversation with him.
Yo, Scoop is mad cool.
Yeah, he's super cool. He's going to come up. We're going to have it's going to be before the game. Scoop will be on for maybe an hour at most. We'll open up with just a little interview quick with him, and then we'll open it up for some people are going to already coming up, and then the chat can ask him questions, whatever. And then after the stream for the Pistons game, we're going to have Keith McPherson of Talking Nets, now the new host of WAFN, right?
Wow.
He's
the first time I'm hearing this. Okay.
Yes, I was saving it for this stream. I didn't want to I really set Sunday up because I hopped on Keith McPherson's pod that he did. I wasn't on the pod, but I was watching it, and he really plugged us, threw it out there, was telling people, hey, go check out our channel. With all, I mean, he was really giving us a lot of props about just being good net content providers. So talked with AJ, talked with him, and he said that he's only available on the weekends. So he's going to come up afterwards as well. That'll be on Sunday. So we're going to have like Sunday's going to be a good fun day. We'll have a couple good guests. And I mean, it's the Pistons. What's that, Leb?
I said y'all having a wild day Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it just turned out that way, bro. You can't deny having Scoop Up, and
yeah,
Keith is progressed to the next level, but at the same time, he's been shouting out a lot of people and like really kind of, how do I say this? He's like, not that he can bring everybody up with him, but he's doing a good enough job talking about everybody else in the same round that he was and propping them up, and you got to respect that. Yeah. So like, he understands where he come from, so I'll give him shout out of that. But that's coming Sunday. Like Donna said, everybody hit the like button.
Last words.
125 likes. Good deal. Last words. Leb, go for it.
Leb, go for it? Man, I ain't ready for this at all.
All right, Julian, go for it.
Last words.
Sunday.
Pull up Sunday. He said.
Yeah, pull up Sunday.
Last words.
Right. Leb, you ready now?
Pull up Sunday. Clax had a great game. Clax will have a great game Sunday. You can book it right now.
Move.
I don't even know who we play Sunday, if I'm being honest.
Pistons.
Detroit.
Pistons.
Yeah.
Bro, do we even need to play Claxton Sunday?
You should probably start him that day if you're being honest.
Gotta stop the goal, Isaiah
Just
Stewart.
Take out Cade.
You gotta stop Isaiah Stewart. Man.
I think Sunday would be a great day to start Claxton. Honestly, give LaMarcus some rest.
I wonder if we'll play Blake at all. Like, just like let him go off against Detroit.
I bet you will.
Him and Isaiah gonna fight.
I could see it. Blake always turns up for those Detroit games.
I'd even give Harden rest that day.
I would like to, but Harden just doesn't rest. So
he should.
He really should.
It's not his forte. It's not his forte at all.
Especially not until Kai eventually comes back. Hopefully.
Go ahead, Saint.
All right, no, hey, I was gonna let. Okay, yeah. Hey, Brooklyn Way, little Jersey swag, good W tonight. I don't know if it was Lab or whoever said it earlier, but really,
you know what? I should have worn my Nets Kingdom new sweatshirt today too.
Oh, dude, you did us wrong.
Missed opportunity. Traitor.
You better go put that on right now.
I'm gonna do my last words.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to Chubbs,
and then I'll do Chubbs. Chubbs will close it out, but. My last word is again, pull up Sunday. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711. Follow me on Twitter at NetsKingdomAJ. Follow Saint on Twitter at SaintNet1. And my last words is whoever said that Shaq is one of the in the chat. Somebody said Shaq was one of the best ball handlers of all time. This is what I gotta say to you. This is what I gotta say.
Oh man! All right, we're going. This is the new thing. This is going to happen every time. Chubb's on full screen. Chubb's final words.
All right. Good game. The rough first quarter, but good finish in the second half. I think we got a pretty easy game Sunday, so we shouldn't be worried too much. But honestly, my last words. I was in Times Square tonight, so I wasn't able to watch the first half. But I really got New York is just a goofy ass city. I'm sorry. New York is a funny city, right? What other place can you find Elmo, Bumblebee, half-naked women, and a preacher in the same vicinity, all asking for money?
They be talking about Florida. Y'all over here talking about Florida, New York, the craziest.
There was half-naked women in one section. You take pictures to give them money, but then there's a preacher literally 5 steps away from them preaching about all the other thing. That's just funny as hell.
New York.
And then you have just Bumblebee chilling. He's just like, hey, how you doing? And he's got Elmo and New York is literally GTA in real life. You
see, Florida's normal. Florida don't do that.
Like, you can't make this up. And the preacher was going crazy, and the happening women were just doing their thing, taking pictures and just chilling. And then you had some random old lady on a guitar, but she's not even singing. She just goes, "Ah!" every time someone passes her and asks for money.
Like she was
Like-
Yoko Ono.
Like, oh my God, New York.
And you gave her some. We already know.
No, I did not. I did not give anybody money, except for like
all of a sudden you're gonna
except
see
for like one homeless dude. But yeah,
But all of a sudden, you're going to see like release photos of Chubbs with the girls that were taking photos for money.
Oh God, but no, like New York can just be like New York can just not be real life sometimes. That's my final words.
Very good. All right, y'all. We appreciate you coming out to the Kingdom. Leb, as always, we love having you up here. We pretty much I don't even think we're gonna make a trade. We're just gonna steal you from Nets Cats.
Brooklyn Netcast.
They're not utilize you and your abilities. So
Vet minimum?
I'm just straight chilling.
yeah, we're gonna get Leb on the buyout. We're just gonna buy him out straight.
Buy out his contract.
Yeah, we're just buying him out. But hey, I appreciate everybody pulling up. Please tune in Sunday, double stream Sunday. Gonna be a good time. Yep, just like Age said, like the stream up on the way out, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification.
Hey, how many likes are we at right now for this?
We're at 129, and we didn't have to beg for them tonight, so it was good. We're getting better at it. But exactly, D'Angelo Lopez, shout out to you. Peace, y'all. Goodbye. See y'all Sunday.
Stay loading.